Hi guys, Elsie here. Today I wanted to show you what I believe the best opening rotation is for the Serenity build. But before I do that, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank some of the posters on MMO Champion forums for providing me with the info I needed to make this video. And being this is the first video I'm making for Warlords of Draenor, I also wanted to thank those of you that have subscribed to my channel during Mr. Pandaria. Without you, I would have probably not made these videos, so thank you. Before we start, I want you to know that any opening will have the most impact the shorter the fight is. Which means that for longer fights, your opening will lose a lot of its value. For this video, I will be explaining what I believe the best case scenario opening rotation is. So keep in mind that this will not always be a realistic opening, and for that reason I have included a spreadsheet in the description below with this opener and the opener that I believe is a bit more realistic for most cases. Since they are similar, I will not include that opener in this video, so be sure to check out the spreadsheet. Now, the goal of this video is to give you a better understanding on why we open in a certain way, instead of the basic do this and win type video. And because of that, I will first start by explaining what global cooldowns are and how this is tied into the opener. If you are already familiar with how this works, feel free to skip this part. Next, I will explain the opener and add some things that I thought were worth noting. Lastly, I will do the entire opener one more time with icons on screen. So let's start with global cooldown. What is global cooldown? Well, a global cooldown is a globally shared cooldown that forces you to wait before you can use the same ability again, or another ability that is also on the global cooldown. For monks, this wait time is 1 second, since our stance lowers the global cooldown by half a second. This is separate from normal cooldowns. So, for example, Rising Sun Kick has an 8-second cooldown, but also triggers the global cooldown, which forces us to wait 1 second before we can use our jab, which is also on the global cooldown. So if we have abilities on the global cooldown, we might also have abilities that are off the global cooldown, and that we do, quite a few actually. And since these don't trigger a global cooldown, we can use them anytime we want. Which brings us to the opener. For this opener, I'm going to go with having 5G before pull. Now, you get a pull timer and there's about 1 second left. This is the point where you want to use your potion and Chi Wave. Now, potions aren't on the global cooldown, so we can make a macro and add it with Chi Wave. I will place the macro in the description below. Next, you will be doing Invoke Swen the White Tiger and Flying Serpent Kick. Invoke Swen is also off the global cooldown, so you can use this as you fly towards your target, or at the same time you use a Flying Serpent Kick. Maybe you want to make a macro for it as well. This is really up to you. Now, when we land, we will have hit the boss, and therefore we will have triggered some of our on-hit abilities, like maybe a trinket or two, and your weapon enchant. This is the moment we are sure these will line up, so we want to take full advantage of this. So first we will use Tiger Palm to gain the 30% armor reduction buff. Then we do a Rising Sun Kick to apply the as of 6.0.3 10% debuff, which leaves us with 2 chi to spend on Blackout Kick. Now, since our next ability we will be using is 2 times Chi Brew, and Chi Brew is also off the global cooldown, we can pretty much use it at the same time as Blackout Kick. Again, saving ourselves a little bit of time. At this point we have 4 Chi and at least 5 Tiger Eye Brew stacks. And we will be using Tiger Eye Brew no matter what the stacks are. Now you might ask yourself, why not delay it and get 10 stacks? The reason is that we will still need to consider our procs. That, and you ideally would want to put your strong damage dealers that have a cooldown on cooldown as soon as possible, maximizing the potential uses you get out of it during the encounter. In this case, starting with Fist of Fury, since its cooldown is lower than Serenity. When we use Fist of Fury, we know we will be left with 1 Chi. Since we need at least 2 Chi for Serenity, we know that we will be needing to generate that. At this point, we are left with 2 choices. We can either do a jab, with a chance of it proccing a combo breaker Blackout Kick, which isn't ideal for our opening at this point, or we can do an Expel Harm if it's off cooldown. For a bit more consistency, I went for jab, since you can't always be sure you will have Expel Harm off cooldown at this point. Now lastly, we will do Serenity, which is also off the global cooldown, so again, no need to wait for 1 second. So one more time from the beginning: Potion plus Chi Wave, Swen plus Flying Serpent Kick, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, Chi Brew 2 times, Tiger Eye Brew, Fist of Fury, Jab, Serenity. And this is, like I said before, the best case scenario opener. But again, be sure to check out the spreadsheet for the what I believe to be more consistent opener, which only has a small difference as to when and how many times you use your jab. Hope you like this video. I have a bit more planned, but finding the time to do it isn't always easy, plus garrisons aren't making it any easier, if you know what I mean. Anyway, feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, do whatever, and who knows, maybe until next time. See ya!